Hello, Car Chronicles here. Good afternoon. My topic today is it's about dating. You guys know I'm 69 and I have started dating again. I was in a relationship 2 years ago and we broke up a year and we kind of kept in touch, and I would say we reconnected a couple of times, and I believe that he was a little too immature for me. Although I loved him, I thought he was a great guy as well. So the new guy I'm dating, and we're dating. When I say dating, there's no sex involved yet. I think, just taking our time, feeling each other out. So, I am smitten with him. I like him. I love how he talks to me. I love a lot of things about him. The things that interest him, we have a lot of the same interests. Now, one of the things that I wanted to ask the question is, and this is for women, when you're dating someone, do you take him out? Because I am the type of woman, first of all, I am an independent woman, and I go out with my girlfriends. Sometimes I pay, sometimes she pays, whatever. And I also take people out. My niece, relative, someone who's going through something, I take it or whatever. So why not take him out? And he takes me out. So I want to know how you guys feel about that. Do you take out your man? Pay the bill, the tip, everything. Because when he takes me out, I don't look at the bill. I don't care. He takes care of everything. And I can do the same thing as well. And I think it's, for me, my contribution is that I can do the same thing you could do. Probably not as much. There's some things I'm not going to do. But taking someone out to eat, it's doable. It's doable for me. And I feel good. I feel good about when I can do that. When he appreciates it, of course. So the other thing is, in dating, do you expect the guy to open the door for you, especially the car door? Now, if I'm driving my own vehicle, I don't expect him to open the door for me, especially if we're driving our cars and we're going to the same location. I don't expect him to come over and help me out of the car. But if I'm in his car and I'm in the passenger seat, I do expect him to help me out. I don't know what happens when I'm with a man. He just has to help me out of the car. Unless, I'm dressed down, I got on sneakers, and I need to run out to get something. Then you may have a little slack. But if I'm dressed up, no. You have to open the door. How do you feel about that? Now, the first date I went out, I told him that he has to help me out, and I waited, and he came. He didn't know at first. Second time, he looked in the car and he realized that I was not getting out. And then the third time he got out of the car, I just came on over and opened up. Well, I can open up the door, but to help me out. I don't think that's a lot to ask. I am a mature woman, and I feel that a man should do that. What do you think? Do you expect him to open the door for you? Or not? Excuse me. Yeah, so those two things are important in dating, and also it should carry over throughout the life of your relationship. I don't ever want him to feel comfortable enough to let me get out of the car on my own. No. So that's pretty much it. But like, what do you talk about when you go out on a date with a guy? When a guy doesn't call you, what's going on with that? So let me just address that. So what I realized is that if a guy doesn't call you, it's because he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to talk to you. If a guy doesn't, if he treats you like shit, it's because he doesn't care about you. If a guy stands you up, or something always comes up to avoid going out with you or whatever, he doesn't want to be with you. It's very simple. And if you make excuses and ignore the signs, and those are glaring red signs, come on. So once I realized that with my ex, then it was a lot easier for me to let go, because first of all, come on, if you're gonna go, I guess not. In order for me to meet someone else, I had to let go. I had to move on. And how can I still hold on to him and expect to meet someone else? Like that doesn't even make sense. The energy wouldn't even allow it. So even if you did, you're like 1 foot on a banana split, a banana peel. You know what I mean? So the other thing is, what do you talk about when you are dating, and when you're sitting and you're eating, and so for me, I'm a health person, so I want to know your health status. I want to know your PSA, which is your prostate. I want to know your A1C, that's your diabetic barometer. I want to know your cholesterol, your HDL, your LDL. I want to know your glucose levels, which is connected to the diabetic as well. I want to know your creatinine. I want to know your triglycerides. I want to know your blood pressure. I want to know your EGFR, which is all kidney. That's kidney as well. And because I want to know if you're healthy. I don't want to start a relationship or start in a deficit, like knowing that this person is not healthy. That's not going to work for me. Some guy tried to talk to me, and I said, so what's your health like? And he says, I have cancer, prostate. I was like, oh, okay. that wouldn't work for me. And I mean, I have nothing against people that have illnesses, but some illnesses to me were preventable. And if you're not up on your health, then if you can't take care of you, you definitely can't take care of me. It's not going to happen. So those are my health questions. I want to know if you exercise. I want to know what your diet is. And then when you get with me, there's going to be some changes, because especially if we're the same blood type, because you want to live, the quality of your life, you want it to improve, then we're going to have to change some things. And sometimes I don't really have to say anything. They see how I eat, and they realize that, wow, she's not eating those potatoes, because potatoes is a forbidden food for me. I like potatoes, but I like sweet potatoes more. And so sweet potatoes is a complex carb, as white potatoes, but it just metabolizes different in an O blood type body. So, so the health thing definitely is a conversation I can talk about, easy. And if the person is into their health, then they should have their documents stored in their phone somewhere. If you have my chart, it's there. And I want to know. I want to know, because I can show you mine. I can tell you mine. I know my numbers right off the back, though. But I still have my chart. And that's important to me. I want to know, what are your expectations of being in a healthy relationship? And I started the conversation on that. But I also like a person to ask me questions like that. Or, what are you doing today? Like, to be concerned about me. I'm worth being concerned about. What are you doing today? What's on your schedule for today? And, I like it when a guy says endearing words like baby, hey baby, or hey sweetheart. And I like that, because for me, it softens my approach, and it's more loving and caring. And how could you come back with some crazy stuff when a person says, hey baby, how you doing? It just makes you melt. You know what I mean? It just makes you want to be cuddled. I like affectionate men. I like a man that grabs your hand. I like a man who treats me like the woman that I am. If I take good care of myself, you need to add to it. You need to be an addition to my life, not a deficit. Excuse me. I like a man to take initiative and come up with some stuff, what you want to do, or take care of stuff. I like that, because I don't want to be the one to do it all the time. because it seems burdened, like, oh, this is gonna be my job. I don't want to feel like I have a job. You know what I mean? No, I don't want to feel that way. I don't mind contributing and being a part of the relationship, a part of the team that we're on. I'm a team player. So those are some of the things, in dating. Now, I do ask sexual questions as well, because I want to know, is it working? Does it work? And if it's not working, then that's a no for me. But no man is going to tell you his thing is not working unless he's really honest with himself. I don't know why I'm yarning so much. But I want to know. So when I did ask him, because we have history, and I said, so does it still work? And he says, we'll let you figure that out. It's not something, he says, I can't really tell you. I mean, it works, what I need it for. But I think that you would have to be the one to find that out on your own. And I'm like, oh, okay. I see, said the blind man. So, yeah. Yeah, so I like a loving, caring person. Family-oriented kind of guy. So, I've gone on 2 dates already with this guy. And he's not a social media person, which is cool. As long as he doesn't interfere with my social media presence, so I'm going to Jamaica in July, and he asked me to send him the information on my trip. And I'm like, oh, that would be so cool. July. That's a good time. He likes to travel, which is perfect because so do I. I travel a lot. I'm actually going to Houston on Friday. And it's just a day. I'm going in the morning and I'll be back in the evening. Yeah. So, these little things are falling. Which I did get some in my car though. Dating is fun and it's always nice in the beginning, right? But I dealt with him 12 years ago and he never raised his voice. We never argued. There were some things that he didn't like, but I did. But he didn't raise his voice, or he didn't display any anger. It's just, I didn't speak to him, or if he was pissed off, I didn't hear from him. But he always manages to resurface, and I guess he says, give it one more, give it another shot. Let's see what's going on. So I'm pretty content right now, knowing, the anticipation of us doing things and being together. It's nice. It really is nice. So that's pretty much it. I like my new hair, right? It's nice. Somebody said it looks natural. I'm like, okay. I colored it myself, and I don't know what color it is. I have no idea. Anyway, I'm gonna yawn again. I don't know why. But anyway. Thanks for listening. And remember, if you do the right thing for the right reason, and if you could do it at the right time, all your bases are covered and you are good. See you later.